Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing my tipping video, and I'll see how I did last week in round 8, and I'm going to be going through my tips for this week in round 9. So without any further ado, let's begin. So last Thursday night, Essendon North Melbourne played. I actually tipped the Bombers for my gauntlet here, and it was so close. I'm lucky the Bombers got done because North Melbourne, they put up a big fight. I think they came back a bit near the end, so they won't end up winning by 3 points. My margin was a bit off, but that's alright. St Kilda and Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. I tipped the Dockers, but that was probably their worst match ever in their whole history. Look at the score, 33-94. 94 is not massive, but 33, that is not a big score at all. Very terrible from Fremantle. At Mars Stadium early on the Saturday, Bulldogs nearly defeated Port by 100 points, sadly. I still cannot believe that happened. That was a terrible game in Ballarat. Port just were not up to it the whole time. They only scored 41 points for the whole entire match. Okay, Crows and Carlton at Allied Oval. I tipped the Crows and they won very convincingly by 60 points. Carlton, 50. Very low score again. They just were not up to it. While Crows were looking in some great form. Dawson was in some great form again. And he's at the top of the coaches' votes now. So glad I got that tip correct. Collingwood and Geelong at the MCG. The Cats defeated the Pies. What a thriller. They were down by 2 goals with 20 seconds left. And then I think as Myerchecker kicked a goal. And Jack Chris marked it with 1 second remaining. And he literally missed after the sign. It was a thrilling match. And I didn't get the tip because the Cats won by 3 points. West Coast and Melbourne at Optus, easy tip there. Tip Melbourne. Not much to say about it. Sydney Giants. Most people tip the Giants. They were favourites here. But I went with my guts and I tipped the Swans and it ended up working. The Sydney, they kicked like the first 5 goals of the game. So it was a great start. Hawthorn and Richmond at the MCG in the centenary match, or however you say it. They were just dominant. Not much to say about it. Great game. Up the Hawks. Even though I do go for Portmore, they're still my second club. Brisbane Gold Coast at the Gabba. Now I also went for an upset here in the Q Clash. I tipped Gold Coast, but Gold Coast, a low score of 49. They were just not up to it. They really weren't, because Brisbane, they only got 66. I think it was a wet game. Gold Coast came back a bit in the final quarter, but it just was not enough as Brisbane came out winners by about 17 points. About that, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's move on to the round 9 tips now. Okay, Collingwood and Freo at Optus Stadium. I've heard that De Goey's coming out and a few other players. Oh, this has to be one of the toughest games of the round. I kind of want to tip the Dockers, but Collingwood are second on the ladder and they've been great all year. They feel like they're first on the ladder, really. You know what? I'll go the Pies by a singular point. I might just write it. Collingwood by 1 point. Oh, another big game. The 2 biggest games at the very start of the round. St Kilda and Carlton. I think I'll go with the Saints here. But I actually think this could be a draw. Both not that good teams rebuilding. They could make the final, both of these teams. They're rebuilding later in the year, as I just said. I think Saint. Oh, it's at the MCG. I guess they're both home grounders, Marvel. I'll just stick with the Saints. Okay, Melbourne Hawthorn at the MCG. Quite obvious one. The Hawks will get it done quite convincingly. Nothing special. Essendon Sydney at Marvel. I kind of want to tip Essendon. But because of Sydney's big, great win last week, I'll tip the Swans here with no confidence. Oh, there's just so many good games this week. Gold Coast and Bulldogs at TO in Darwin. Gold Coast generally play well in Darwin, so I'll probably go with the Suns here. The showdown on Saturday night. Now, as you probably know by now, I'm a Port supporter. You know what? I'll tip the Power. Come on, Port, bring it home. Richmond and West Coast at the MCG. I'll have to go Richmond here, but I wouldn't be shocked if West Coast can actually get the win. Have I tipped the... No, I tipped the away teams for these two games. We got Geelong and the Giants in Geelong. I think the Giants have beaten them there before, but I just can't really see them winning it after last week's performance, so I'll go with the Cats. Also, I forgot to mention, I think I'm tipping Hawthorn for my MCG. For my gauntlet. They're one of the top teams this year, and they'll probably win a few more, so a bit risky tipping them. Well, not risky, but I can't find the word for it. But there's just so many close games this year, so I think I have to go for, this round. So I'll go for the obvious one, Hawthorn against Melbourne. And the final game of the round, very obvious, Brisbane, North Melbourne, at Ninja Stadium, where that is. Maybe it's what they're calling their home ground in Tasmania or something. But we all know Brisbane's going to win. So that is the end of the round's tips. Let's check in with the comp. Probably no one has joined. Yep, as I expected, no one has joined. So I guess that is the end of the video now. Remember to like and subscribe if you like what you've seen. And I'll see you again next time with an album update. I'm planning to do a Teen Coach one. See ya, bye!